The Real Housewives debuted in 2006, and over a decade later, we've gotten to know wealthy housewives from across the US. But sometimes, the drama goes much deeper than the infamous flip table or shattered wine glass screaming match. These are the most devastating losses in franchise history. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss may have found her Mr. Right, but it wasn't the easiest journey. Compared to the other Atlanta housewives, Kandi's marriage to Todd Tucker was a long time coming, despite all odds. But long before Todd ever entered the picture, there was Ashley A.J. Jewell, who viewers met as Kandi's then-fiancé during her debut season. Jewell rarely appeared on the show, but their relationship was frequently mentioned due to Kandi's mom Joyce's brutal disapproval.
I feel like you could make a better choice than what you made.
Unfortunately, the rift between the two ultimately led to the couple's split in 2009. Kandi explained to the New York Post at the time that Mama Joyce couldn't get past Jewell having 6 children with multiple women. Kandi said, "At the end of the Real Housewives season, you saw them making up, but as soon as the taping was over, they went right back at it. One day, Jewell and my mom got into it and my mom said something and he was like, 'I'm sick of this, I'm leaving.'" Despite the end of their relationship, Kandi says she talked to Jewell often and spoke with him just 2 hours before his death. Jewell was tragically murdered in 2009 during a fight outside of a strip club in Atlanta, Georgia. As if the situation wasn't already devastating enough, Kandi's uncle died around the same time, according to CNN. It's not often that we see divorced couples salvage a close friendship once the romance has fizzled out. But fortunately for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kim Richards and her late ex-husband Monty Brinson, they were able to put their relationship troubles aside to forge a genuine friendship. Kim was married to Brinson from 1985 to 1988, according to People. A year after their marriage, the two welcomed their daughter Brooke. The divorced exes remained close friends and got even closer as Kim cared for Brinson upon news of his cancer diagnosis. Brinson also supported Kim through her struggles with addiction and confrontations with the law.
I love you. You're my best friend.
According to People, Brinson was originally diagnosed with lung cancer, and in 2015, housewife Brandi Glanville revealed that he had developed a brain tumor as well. Brinson also updated fans on his condition a month later, writing on Instagram, "So I will be celebrating Christmas in the hospital this year. Tomorrow I'm going to get a Christmas tree sent to my room and celebrate life. Then I'm going to decorate my room like a fine resort. I'm going to make the best of it." Brinson died of complications related to cancer in January of 2016. He was 58 years old.
I said, "I love you." And then I felt him just kind of leave.
Brinson's niece, Hollywood socialite Paris Hilton, shared a loving tribute on Instagram, writing, "Heartbroken to hear the sad news of my Uncle Monty's passing after his long, brave battle with cancer. He was such an incredible man with such a huge heart. He will be truly missed." Real Housewives of Orange County alum Gretchen Rossi kicked off her debut on Season 4 with a bang. The former reality star had everybody talking about her relationship with her then-fiancé, Jeff Batesel, who was 24 years her senior. As if that didn't already raise eyebrows, Batesel was a businessman with adult children from a previous relationship. And while many of Rossi's castmates questioned her true intentions, she insisted she was in it for love.
You know, when I first met Jeff, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't necessarily think I was physically attracted to him because I actually thought he looked like Kenny Rogers.
Sadly, Batesel developed cancer and his condition worsened throughout the season. Rossi faced criticism from the other housewives for continuing to go on vacations and attending social events. According to Rossi, she was attentive to her fiancé during his lengthy time in the hospital. She once blogged, "I respect someone for having a different opinion if they have been in my shoes, but I do not respect someone who chooses to make uneducated and ignorant statements about something they truly do not understand or have never experienced." Batesel died in September 2008 due to complications from cancer. And for her part, Rossi inherited $2.5 million from Batesel's estate, some of which she received from his life insurance policy, according to legal documents obtained by TMZ. Batesell's 5 ex-wives weren't too happy to hear of Rossi's secured bag, especially because the star seemed to immediately move on to her current fiancé, franchise alum Slade Smiley. The couple have since stuck together and welcomed their daughter, Skylar Grey, in July of 2019. Jill and Bobby Zarin's relationship left a lasting impression on viewers. During her time with the Real Housewives of New York franchise, viewers saw Bobby fight thyroid cancer. He beat the disease in 2009, but it returned 4 years later, according to People. Even after receiving the emotional news, Bobby seemed optimistic, telling the outlet in 2015, "Now they are treating cancer in a whole different way. It's not where you have it, but what kind of cancer you have. Targeted therapy. I have thyroid cancer, and it could be anywhere. In my case, it moved to my lungs, but it is still thyroid cancer."
He looks amazing, but recently we've been diagnosed with a spread of the disease.
Bobby revealed that he experienced no symptoms with either diagnosis, but fortunately, a routine checkup unearthed his illness. The former reality star was treated for years, but was ultimately hospitalized in 2017. Bobby died in January 2018 at the age of 71. The news of his death shook fans everywhere, as well as fellow cast members. Jill still mourns Bobby to this day, writing a touching tribute to him on the 3rd anniversary of his death on January 13th, 2021. "Today I mourn my soulmate Bobby Zarin, who lives through me every day. I talk to you every day, Bobby, and I know you hear me, you feel me, you touch me. I have tried to live the way you taught me, to always do the right thing no matter what or how hard it can be sometimes." Regardless of their disagreements, Real Housewives of New Jersey siblings Joe Gorga and Teresa Giudice have one thing in common: an unshakable love for their family, especially their mother Antonia. The family suffered her loss when she died of pneumonia in 2017 at the age of 66, according to Us Weekly. And a source told the outlet that Teresa was taking it especially hard, adding, "Teresa was in the hospital with her and is inconsolable now." Teresa is also in communication with her husband Joe and will be visiting as soon as she can. This is a very hard time for her. She was very close with her mother.
Mommy, I love you more than life. I miss you so much.
On the season 8 premiere of the show, Antonia's death was front and center. At the time, Teresa had just gotten out of jail after serving an 11-month prison sentence for fraud. Her husband at the time, Joe Giudice, was just beginning to serve a 45-month prison sentence. On Mother's Day in 2019, Teresa opened up about the pain of not being able to celebrate with her mom. She posted on Instagram, "I miss her every single day and know she's protecting me, my guardian angel. I wish I got just one more day. I'm so lucky to have learned from her and so grateful for my 4 gorgeous girls who I have the pleasure of hearing them call me mommy."
Look at the wrinkles in your eyes.
There may be no more devastating reality moment than hearing the news of a loved one's passing on camera. And Real Housewives of Orange County alum Vicki Gunvalson was forced to experience such a heartbreaking moment while filming. On a 2015 episode of the show, Vicki answers the phone at a party and falls to the floor upon hearing the news of her mother's death. Her mom, Joanne Steinmetz, died in February 2015 at the age of 83, according to the Daily Mail. As the outlet reported, Vicki had spoken to her mother earlier in the day. Although the cause of death wasn't immediately clear, it was later revealed that Steinmetz died from what appeared to be an aneurysm or possibly a heart attack.
I'll miss my mom's spunk. She has so much love for life.
When Andy Cohen later asked Vicki if she regretted being filmed while receiving the devastating call, she said, "It's part of my reality. I lost my mother. I signed up for all areas of my life to be exposed, the good and the bad. There's been a lot of great moments that have been aired, and there's a lot of moments that I wish I wasn't on a reality show. This is not a moment that I regret." Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Taylor Armstrong and her late husband Russell Armstrong didn't have it easy in their marriage. Despite initially appearing to be living the Beverly Hills dream, regarding their picture-perfect relationship, the truth quickly came to light as the season went on. Later in season 1, Taylor confessed to the other housewives that Russell had been verbally and physically abusive to her. Shortly after, she filed for divorce, according to HuffPost.
We were supposed to meet, and he didn't show up for the meeting, and I instantly had a terrible feeling that something had gone wrong.
With the weight of a split, financial issues, and a pending legal case on his shoulders, Russell took his own life in August 2011 at the age of 47. According to the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, the investment banker did not leave behind a note before his death. During an interview with Life After Bravo, Taylor recalled being reluctant to return to the show after Russell's death. She admitted, "I wasn't sure how that was all gonna play out on TV. I think part of me thought that the cameras might provide some protection, and I actually think subconsciously it might make things better and it might help my relationship." Taylor has since moved on, giving love a second chance with her husband, John Bluer, whom she married in 2014. Dennis Shields' on and off relationship with Real Housewives of New York star Bethenny Frankel was one for the books. While maintaining a level of mystery, the banker made several appearances on the show alongside Bethenny, whom he had known for over 30 years prior to dating. The two shared a tumultuous relationship since 2016, before Shields tragically died of a suspected overdose in August of 2018. He was 51. According to People, Shields was found unresponsive in his Trump Tower apartment in New York City. Per the medical examiner's office, an autopsy was not performed due to a religious objection, and the cause of death was then ruled undetermined. Weeks later, Bethenny shared a heartfelt tweet about Dennis, writing, "It's hard to breathe, and I appreciate you giving me the space and support to try to do so. It's excruciating. Sudden death is no closure, and constant questions and memories. Our relationship is current, so it's painfully raw. Trying to stay healthy and move through it with tears and close friends." Lisa Vanderpump and her husband Ken lead very public lives as reality stars on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules. But viewers got to see a different side of the couple upon the tragic news of the death of Lisa's older brother, Mark Vanderpump. He was found unresponsive and surrounded by bottles of whiskey at his home in Gloucestershire, England on April 30th, 2018, according to People. He was transported to a nearby hospital, where he died in the early hours of May 1st. He was 59 years old. A coroner confirmed that Mark had taken his own life, revealing that he was in a strained relationship with his fiancé, according to Gloucestershire Live. Official reports also included evidence of Mark's text messages saying goodbye, as well as pictures of pills he had taken. Mark had previously made an attempt on his life in 2017. While her brother had never appeared on Real Housewives, the loss took a noticeable toll on Lisa, which fans witnessed on season 9 of the show. The restaurateur mourned her brother during the season premiere, saying, "I know my brother well enough to know my brother didn't mean to do this. It was a cry for help that went horribly wrong."
I'm a strong woman. I can cope. But I was never prepared for this.
If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse and mental health, please contact SAMHSA's 24-hour national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357. If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or text HOME to the crisis text line at 741-741.